sunlight. And with this cold and harsh weather, we can all use some moisturizing cream that our skin will just devour. So one industrious woman standing next to me, she created a line of chemical-free vegan miracle butter products. Welcome to the show, Sita, Mama Sita Lewis.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. So what I love about your story is you were a TV producer for 20 years.
Yes.
Tell us about some of your shows, but then life kind of took you on a different path.
Yes. I started off producing right here in the nation's capital at BET in DC, and I produced Teen Summit and Heart and Soul and BET News, and then I came to New York City and started producing the Ananda Lewis Show. And on that show, I started doing food segments, you know, where you're cooking, and my home chef skills came into play in my producing skills. And so one thing led to another. I started producing the food segments for the Bethany Frankel Show, and then I ended up on the Food Network competing as a contestant on Food Network Star.
Wow.
And before you know it, I was teaching culinary in Harlem, at Harlem Children's Zone in New York. So one thing led to another, and my students had really bad eczema, and I wanted to help them find a formula that that could treat that. And so one week, instead of doing a recipe segment, we did a culinary segment that included a skincare product. And it's something that I created for myself because I'm very particular about what I put on my skin. And I knew that because it was all natural, it would probably help the skin conditions that they had.
What I love about what you did is there you are with your students,
Yes.
but you responded to what the market was saying. And isn't that what
Yes.
every great entrepreneur does? So you're in there to cook food, but they're saying, we need something for our eczema.
Right.
And that was the genesis of Miracle Butter.
Absolutely. I ended up going to the school to inspire the students, and they turned around and inspired me in this business.
Okay, so when you have a product called Miracle Butter, you have to explain the miracle. Let's talk about what's in it and what makes it different than other products out there.
So my product is very nourishing for the skin. We know our skin is our largest organ on our body, and it has 8 all-natural, raw, vegan ingredients. And what I mean by raw vegan is that all of the ingredients are like a vegetable oil base.
Can I touch this?
Yes, you can touch it, you can feel it.
So this is these are like cocoa butter.
This is cocoa
morsels.
butter pellets. I used to shave the cocoa butter by hand.
Wow, which is very hard.
Yes,
Oops,
with
I
a
just
knife.
broke that. Can y'all see that? Yeah, it's very hard if you can just see it. There.
Exactly.
That took some strength. And then what's
this is mango butter.
Okay.
Mango butter also is a very hard butter, so it's hard to get it into your skin.
Okay.
But it's so good for your skin. So I had to create a recipe that would keep it all natural, and it has 8 different ingredients. It's cocoa butter, mango butter, shea butter, coconut oil, jojoba oil, castor oil, grapeseed oil, and almond oil, all combined without heat, so there's no heat process.
And does that what makes it cold pressed vegan?
Yes.
There's no heat on it. And I understand you went to Lisa Price, who created Carol's Daughter, and you got some mentorship from her, and some other famous women who you introduced your product to, and they love it.
Absolutely. The blessing was that I had the opportunity to sit for an afternoon with Lisa Price, who, as we know, is the founder of Carol's Daughter. And I explained to her that I wanted to take this recipe, turn it into a viable business so that other women can benefit from my product. And I knew that she had already done it. She had just sold her company to L'Oreal, you know, one of the biggest beauty companies in the world. And so she spent a whole afternoon like giving me the ups and downs and ins and outs of the business. And at the end, it made me feel so good because what she said was, a lot of people have come to me, but Sita, you have something that those people didn't have. I believe that you're going to actually make it because you have so much passion.
The passion
behind
comes
what you do.
through. And so you have another product. So the Miracle Butter is amazing. I was testing out the products before the show. But then you also have a hair cream because I, like many women out there, I went through a phase in my life where anything that said grow in the hair product, I bought it. And your hair doesn't really grow. But you have something where you said this helps like weave damage, braid damage. So ladies know what I'm talking about.
Yes, ladies lose a lot of hair around the edges because of we're in a culture that is consumed by weaves and braids and all different exotic styles. So we want to be able to maintain the health of our hair when we do those styles. This product has 9 ingredients, and I'm telling you, I came up with the product because a friend of mine had an issue with hair loss.
Her weave was too tight, right?
Her weave was too tight. It literally loosened a braid off of her scalp, and she lost it and had a big bald spot in the front. So we developed this together, and I did so much research on finding the greatest possible ingredients that were going to help hair grow. One of them is rosemary oil.
And the other one is peppermint and you
oil.
can find out more about Sita. She's all over social media. These are her products here. And now we're going to send it out to Andy, who's getting a backstage pass to the show Heiress, playing at Arena Stage. I'm going to hook up my edges as we go out to that shot.